Alrighty, welcome in, fellow Deathbats and Lady of Deathbats. It is Sinister J, and in this video today, I'm going to be doing an album review. I listened to this sort of over on the weekend, but on Friday I mainly listened to it, and I wanted to do the album review Friday when it came out, but I adjusted it to the end of the weekend, into the next week. Sorry, but the reason I'm reviewing this is because I saw they were coming out with a new album. They were not exactly mainstream. I haven't really heard these guys on the radio, at least from what I know. I'm sure a lot of people know of them, but they are a band called Testament. Okay, and I kept seeing this video by Testament advertised on my algorithm on YouTube, and the algorithm, the video that kept being suggested to me was infectious, infantitious AI. Sorry, the name's just kind of crazy, but I wanted to get into reviewing the whole album and just talking about it with you guys. So let me get over to the other screen here. Oh, all right, there we go. So this is the album's called Para Bellum. So let's go over a few things here. I like this artwork. Artwork is very cool. I do like that the explosion leads into sort of like a look of what would be an angel, and there's a couple of guys standing around it, like as if like. And obviously the name of the band is Testament. So in the Bible there is the New Testament and the Old Testament. So that could be what this band was basing their music around, and I hear it within the music. Actually, I do. Um, a lot of good. So all in all, I give the album artwork a 9 out of 10. That's just my opinion. If you have a different opinion, um, that's your own. But this whole videos and all these album reviews I do are my opinion. Just remember that. So, okay. So I did like the whole entire album. In fact, I will, like normal, I'm gonna say my rating at the end. But the album is exactly what you expect from a band like this. Really, really high, heavy riffs. Very metal. Very much like most other metal bands out there. Um, I listened to the album a few times. I am impressed with what I hear, but it doesn't set itself apart from most of the bands. Now, I haven't really paid attention to that if there's something that does set them apart from most bands, because a lot of bands I listen to now, I'm not saying they all sound the same, but there's usually a difference in there, and maybe there is a difference in there, but I haven't really figured it out yet. And they're just all around good metal band choice. If you're into really heavy, high aggressive metal, and that's what you're looking for. As for the whole album, is just like straight out nonstop metal. There's like one song that goes into like a really softer song, but it turns out to be like that heavy ballad. I'm gonna say, yeah, I think that's what it's called, as a ballad. I haven't really looked it up, but I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, but yeah, there's one song that sounds like a ballad. Um, all in all, the whole album is just outright metal. Not you can actually, the lead singer, he has a really, you know, aggressive sounding voice, and you can't really sometimes make out what he says. But being me, I do appreciate music like that sometimes, and you have to really sit there and listen to what the lyrics say. I have always liked this genre of music, and that's why I do review a lot of music like that here. Um, by listening to them and the sound I get from them, they sound very much like a heavier version of Black Veil Brides. That could be the thing that really sets them apart. Apart from most musicians out there, most bands, is they sound like a really, really heavier version of Black Veil Brides. And the reason I say that, because the lead singer sounds like he's, if you were to put the two together side by side and they sang together, it would be that Black Veil Brides kind of heavy sounding, yeah. Anyway, I have a few tracks off of this I really, really liked. For the Love of Pain, that was my first favorite one. Shadow People, that's like the top tier song for me on this album. That's like the 10 out of 10 song for me. High Noon was really good. Witch Hunt was really good, and Room 117 was really good. So if you have a chance, listen to the whole album. I don't know how people feel about certain songs. I'm not trying to tell people what they should and should not listen to here. I'm just here to give my opinion and my take on it. But those are the songs I really, really liked. But yeah, the album's all around really good, and it sounds like a lot of what we hear out there. Well, a lot of what we hear out there. A lot of what I hear around going on now is rap music, and I'm a little over rap music. That's why I had to get back into metal and doing this kind of stuff. So it's like I need to get escape from rap music. But all in all, album's really good, very solid, and I do just listening to this one if you are a fan of metal, especially if you're into kind of Christian metal. I wouldn't say it's fully scriptural, but it has its moments where it is. You can hear it in the songs. All right, let me get back to the big screen, and I will give my full review. Oh, all right, hold on one second. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go. All right, I'm getting used to StreamYards. All right, so there you go. That's it for this. I hope you all enjoyed this. I do give this album a 9 out of 10 because it's good. It's good. Very relevant, guys. With that said, I'll later on with another one. I'm not sure what band I'm going to be reviewing next. But give this one a listen to, guys, and see what you think about it. Hopefully, I inspire you guys out here to listen to music that I listen to and bands we don't normally hear. It's partly what I'm doing here is to help bands get out there that are struggling, and also showing you guys what styles of music I like, because some of you have seen me on the internet for years, and this was my time to show me what a little bit of my personality is. And with that, guys, hope you enjoy this, and I'll be back later on for another video. Take it easy and rock on, fellow deathbats and lady deathbats.